Hello, day 21. Here we are, 10 days away from the end of 31 days of essential oils. I've had a lot of fun doing it to this point, and I can only anticipate how much more fun it's going to be. The writing has definitely taken its time. I've kind of said it's about life. Life happens, right? But it's really about my thought process and being comprehensive with the information that I provide. So I'm not exactly even close to being up to day 21 right now, but that's okay because I'm enjoying putting this information together for you and really appreciating your being a part of this with me. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Tammy. I'm your mentor and guide along this journey. And this information in these videos is predominantly my experience with the oils. I come to you with over 30 years of working with them. I am an independent researcher. I do not rep any company at all. My experience with the oils stems predominantly from my exposure to some fabulous mentors from Robert Tisserone to Jeannie Rose to Kurt Schnaubelt, and to get me started, that really launched me in this direction. And I have just been having a great time developing this methodology that I bring to you. So what I share here is based on 30 years of use, application, modification, because a large part of my specialty includes the individual study of plant constituents. Keep in mind, the plant constituents are a fascinating component to scientific research. And just so you know, a lot of these plant constituents are actually patented individually. They use them predominantly for flavors, sometimes fragrances, and of course, they are being sold to various pharmaceutical companies too to be used. But again, these are not harvested from plants. These are, if anything, grown in labs through yeast cultures. But here's my opinion on that. When it's not a chemical, a constituent that I just noticed my shoulders are up like this, developed or grows within a plant, the plant that it's natural to. Okay. And yes, a lot of these components can be found in other plants. But what I'm saying is when it doesn't grow naturally, and when it's actually being grown in a lab, when you're trying to create a chemical in a yeast petri dish, there's going to be different interactions because let's face it, that yeast isn't, it's not the host. It's the host plant in the dish, but it's not the host plant. And these chemicals are produced through various very similar processes that we find in the human body. And a lot of these chemicals are produced in the way that protects the plant. And that's kind of stuff that I get into when I talk about it in the blog. Here, I just kind of share with you a little bit about how I've used these oils, give you some ideas and maybe what they might mix with well and why. And yeah, so we'll go on from there. Today I'm going to talk about coriander. But before I do, I just want to thank everybody else who has been with me this whole time and just know that I can't say enough for knowing that you're there with me on this. It just really means a lot. It means everything, truthfully. So today I want to talk about coriander. Coriander is another delightful oil. I can't really say anything derogatory about it, so I'm not going to be naysaying too much here today. I use it predominantly for digestion. It is very, very calming to the body, and it really supports movement. It relieves GI discomfort. It actually supports pancreatic function, so it's really helping along the lines of stabilizing the autonomic nervous system in a way that promotes a healthier digestive process. Because the truth is, digestion starts in the mouth and it ends in the cell. And the more we can enhance that process and relieve the stress at the cellular level, the better equipped the body is to break down the macronutrients. That's essential. And I know that we take digestive enzymes, and I know that sometimes there's not a lot. More people are taking probiotics than anything these days. And truthfully, unless you're taking an antibiotic, you don't need a probiotic. What you need to be taking, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, you need to be taking something like betaine, simply because betaine supports the production or the use of hydrochloric acid, which is necessary for breaking down the macronutrients. And hydrochloric acid production is diminished when the body is stressed. And let's face it, we all live on planet Earth. It's 2019. There's a lot of damn chemicals on this planet, 45 million to be exact, with over 70,000 of them being confirmed as endocrine disruptors. So we have an extraordinary amount of toxicity surrounding us, threatening our body at all times, which means the autonomic nervous system is activated. And depending on how you are wired, well, that will determine what ultimately manifests in your system. So including something like coriander, especially if there is digestive discomfort. Now, if there's no digestive discomfort, then maybe coriander isn't your choice. There's other ones. Palmarosa would be a good one. And we've talked about that. That was one of the first, I think that was the first oil I talked about. But if there's digestive discomfort, then coriander is the one that you want to add to your protocol until you don't feel it anymore. Okay? And that is possible to get to that point. So it's really great for things like IBS, constipation, like I said. If you have stomach pain, copaiba, truthfully, is a better one for stomach pain. But as far as what I'm saying, gut spasms and so forth. But you really want to make sure that you are taking some kind of betaine supplement, simply because it does, until your body is stabilized, until you are beginning to feel better in your skin. And coriander can be very, very helpful with that. But once you start to feel better in your skin, then maybe you don't need to take the hydrochloric or the betaine as much, because the body is now producing it on its own. And that's the whole point to this. And so using it with other oils that support digestion, like cardamom, is another great one. And so that would be how I'm going to leave that one for today. I know sometimes these don't take as long to talk about, and I could sit here and talk your ear off if I wanted to, but I prefer that you get as much information as quickly as possible. And like I said, check out the blog. That way you can take your time reading it, because they do get kind of in depth. And let me know if you have any questions on this or any other oil. And just know that I am having fun providing you with this type of information. And I look forward to hearing from you. Take care.